Hey everybody, welcome to I'm Not Crying, You're Crying, the show about anything and everything because it's our show. I'm here with the usual suspects, Jay.
Hello everybody.
And Juan.
Penis.
Ledesma.
Penis is his middle name.
Yeah, Juan the Dick Ledesma. Is that better than the other one? I can go with the other one if you want.
Penis is my middle name.
Oh, hold on, ready?
Hello. Penis.
And I'm Sean, and this is our theme music. Hey everybody, welcome back to I'm Not Crying, You're Crying, Season 7, Episode 9. Guys, you know what that means? You know what it means? Juan, I know you know what it means.
It's the penultimate episode.
It is our penultimate episode, our almost season finale, which means we have one more show, and tonight's the last gauntlet, because tomorrow we have the winner for the gauntlet, right? Is that what I'm getting? Is that
Tomorrow?
Next episode.
Next episode we
Next
announce
episode.
But you know what? The reason we announced the winner of the gauntlet in the last episode was because we were doing fucking voting. Why can't we just do another fucking thing on the 10th episode and declare the fucking winner then? Like before, we had to wait for fucking people to submit their votes.
Are you sure you want to make up new rules now? You sure you want to make up new rules now? Because
no, I'm just using logic, man. I am using logic. So do whatever you want. It's your fucking game anyways.
Did you just get this logic? Is it new? Did you get it for Christmas? Wait, is it a New Year's resolution logic? Is that what it is?
I don't know if you know this one, but the game is all bullshit.
You're just upset because I passed you already.
You got fucking lucky. You got so lucky.
With your mom.
Anyway, yeah, it's true for 30 seconds. But anyway, guys, thank you again for listening. As usual, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and we're on YouTube at the same handle, INCYCSHOW. You can email us at that same handle at INCYCSHOW@gmail.com. And wherever you're listening to the podcast, specifically on iTunes, though, stop and review the podcast. Give us a couple stars. Give us some words. It helps us find more people like you. And with that said, we'll start this episode, which I thought it would be apt since we are recording this episode 3 days after New Year's. 3 days after New Year's. You guys have a good New Year's?
Oh, yeah. I slept into the New Year's.
Old age, man. Old age.
What?
Wait, so you guys didn't stay up till midnight?
Hell no.
I stayed until midnight, but fell asleep immediately after that.
So wait, what time do you go to sleep? Wait, what time do you go to bed, Jay?
Oh,
you.
I don't know.
Jay.
10 o'clock? 9, 10 o'clock?
Hey,
That's fair.
you did the
That's
countdown with my kids.
I think that's fair.
I mean, what exactly is the point of just like staying up and you know, experiencing that transition into one year to another? I mean, it
spoken like a true bitter old man.
I mean, how's it bitter?
No,
I just don't understand the.
I agree. Prior years, we would go to bed at 10. And we would do a fake countdown at 10 o'clock because put these damn kids to bed. They get to stay up a little bit later. And then we get to go to sleep because the fact of the matter is that tomorrow's just another day. I'm not going out. I'm not going to the club. I'm not going to some celebration. Not going to a party. So that's fair. That's fair. And I stayed up to midnight this year because the baby was up. And then we had my nieces and nephews over. And so we stayed up. We had apple cider. And then we went to bed. Then we went to bed right after.
Happy New Year.
Hey, new child, welcome to the world. Happy New Year. Child has no fucking clue what's going on. I won't even remember this is going on. This is a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Do you guys make any New Year's resolutions?
Yes.
Was it to suck less dick?
No, to be more like you.
Suck more. Who makes a resolution for less?
Someone who has too much.
Too many dicks.
Not enough time. So Juan, what was your resolution?
To be less of a jerk like you guys. I mean, more of a fuck.
What?
Never mind. I fucked it up. I have I don't make New Year's resolutions.
My New Year's resolution is the same as it always is, which is to be less fat, but I keep getting fatter. Thanks.
Why don't you
Thanks,
just
Juan.
Get less fat.
Yeah, Sean, why don't you just get less fat? Kind of like when that person told me, have you tried being happy?
Well, Juan, Being happy and being less fat are two different things.
No, it's the same thing. It's the same thing.
Well, I don't believe in making a New Year's resolution.
Why is that?
I mean, because if you have to wait the whole year to change your life, then it's not going to stick, really. You should have made these changes months before.
You know, I do agree. But I think, you know, you use the new year. And that's why you stay up. You stay up to watch your old self leave and your future self go, yeah, I was lying, bro. I'm going to keep eating. And then you just move on. But that's fair. That's fair.
I mean, psychologically, it's like a nice starting point, you know, like, oh, this is where everything changes.
Yeah. Well, it makes a good story. It's like, you know, when you tell the story, it's like, yeah, I made a New Year's resolution and I'm gonna get fit. I'm gonna get a Bowflex. I'm gonna eat less sandwiches. But like, it doesn't make a good story. It's like, yeah, man, December 19th, I just decided to get fit, man. Unless I'm Juan.
Did you say Bowflex? Did you say Bowflex?
Yeah.
Do they even still make those?
It's a callback to a thing you've never seen before.
They're a company.
Yeah, just like the guy that
dude, I was around when they first came up, and I bought one when I was younger, a kid.
Yeah, and you didn't use it, and then they still sold.
What are you talking about? I got a fucking keg out of it, man.
You got a keg?
What?
Yeah, why stop at the 6-pack? I used the Bowflex until it turned into a keg.
I think the Bowflex you're talking about and the Bowflex we're talking about is two different Bowflexes.
No, yeah.
Okay. Well,
wait, how? Wait, I want to see that motion again. How did you do that?
Can you explain for the audio listeners to Juan? Sound a little like this?
No, thank you. This is the issue I have with you guys. Fuck you.
Okay, great. Well, I mean, you know, I don't. You're right, Jay. Maybe waiting the whole year to make these decisions is probably a bad one. But it's what people do. It's part of the New Year's tradition for you to create a New Year's resolution, so to speak. I thought it'd be apt in this episode if we kind of recap the year like all together. And now it's funny because I went back to our episodes to look at what it was we were talking about right at the beginning of the new year. And, you know, I had totally forgotten that that we had talked about the council. The episode is probably going to get us canceled with Carlos. The alphabet of identity.
I miss Carlos. We should have him back on the air.
We should. We absolutely should. But we talked about the alphabet of identity, and we also talked about how Drake put hot sauce inside of his condom, and like this girl, I put it in her pussy. I can't.
Was he part of that episode?
Was that? Yeah. He was.
Oh shit, man. Everything jumbles in together.
It's true. And we also started this year, season 5, which is crazy for me in my head. We did 2 whole seasons this year almost. But, you know, it just goes to show that like there's a bunch of crazy shit that happened this year. Do you guys have anything that stood out to you in this year that you guys wanted to talk about?
Oh, yeah. Chris Rock getting slapped by Will Smith.
Yeah, dude, that's it's so funny. That is one of the things. Yeah. And I find it fucking crazy because I found out because Jay had texted me. He was like, hey, did you see this video? And I opened this YouTube video. And the show is still going on, mind you. Like, the moment has happened. They've moved on, but the show's still happening. And Jay sent me a video of Will Smith getting slapping the shit out of Chris Rock. Fucking hilarious, which is crazy. I still think to this day, which the way it permeated social media, absolutely fucking insane. Absolutely insane. How about you?
You know what's crazy?
Sorry, go ahead, Jay.
Chris Rock's putting his new special out.
Yes, he is. It's coming out this month, right? No, next month?
It's coming out soon.
I feel like it's on the 23rd or something.
Like it's probably one of the most anticipated specials that they're going to be disappointed that he's not talking about the whole incident.
Yeah, he's never really talked about it. His brother was vocal about it. But
yeah, because his brother was pissed.
Yeah. You guys see that Will Smith is also making a comeback again now?
I mean, Jay said it once before, is that cancel doesn't mean shit. Cancel is just a term we use to tell people that that they did something wrong, but it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, I mean, I just saw on Apple TV Plus that Will Smith had that series, the Emancipation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, where he plays like a slave or some shit like that. Yeah, In fact, they may have just held on to it until all this shit blew over and then played it. You know what I mean? Did
he come out on the Dave Letterman show and actually talked about the slap as well?
David Letterman doesn't have a show.
I thought he does the specials on Netflix. I could have sworn I saw a clip with
if he did, I haven't seen it. But to answer your question, Jay, the special comes out on March 4th, 7 p.m., 10 p.m. Eastern time, and it's going to be streamed live on Netflix. So what we will be watching will be a live show. And it's funny because if you were making predictions last episode, Jay, you said something like this would happen.
I did.
Yeah. Did you don't remember saying, you basically said there'll be a renaissance and like this comedy shows and people will start putting on live shows in order to kind of get people some kind of content to watch. And so here we are. It's a step in the right direction. Chris Rock doing a live special on the 4th of March, which means he could say anything. Will Smith can get up there and slap him again. He get up there and slap him again if you want it, because it's supposed to be live. Supposed to be live.
Wow.
Yeah. How about you, Juan? You have any?
Anything can happen.
It's true. It's live. They might think he's going up there to make a different type of impact. Juan, how about you? You have anything going on in 2022 that stood out to you?
Dude, all the fucking deaths that we had with Betty White dying at the beginning of 2022.
No, she died before 2022 happened. She
Did
died
she?
at the end of 2021.
Yeah.
Really?
She didn't make it to 2022.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. There were
Dude, okay, but the Queen died this year, and I never thought she was ever going to die.
What? You just she's gonna live forever in your heart. What's
Dude,
going on?
She was holding on to dear life, man. She died at what, 90 something?
You didn't think she was going to die?
This guy.
No,
The
dude.
Queen's
I
immortal.
thought
What are you, Jon Snow?
I
What
thought
is
the
this?
the royal gold was going to keep her alive forever and ever. And no, but yeah, she died.
They were going to cryogenically freeze her? Like Captain America?
It's true.
It's the year 3012. We need to defrost the Queen of England.
yeah.
We need her insight.
Can you wake her up just for 15 minutes?
It's like Austin Powers.
Do I make you horny, baby? Yeah.
I'm the Queen. What year is it?
Juan, but you are right, Juan. We had a number of deaths this year, and the crazy part about some of those deaths is that, like, you know, like Jay said, Betty White happened right before 2022, but we had Bob Saget this year. We had Gilbert Gottfried this year. We had
Norm Macdonald.
I mean, we had Norm Macdonald. We had Louis Anderson died. We had
Louis Anderson, yeah.
Yeah. We had Meatloaf, he died. You know, there's so many.
Gallagher
died, yeah. So, I mean, the celebrity deaths, I mean, it feels like, and then we just had, I can't think, Jason David Frank and Batman, he died, and I know that's not his name, but I think we all know who I'm talking about when I say Kevin Conroy.
Yeah.
Kevin Conroy.
Yeah, so.
Dude, and then 2023 is going to a bad start. Fucking Hawkeye gets run over by a bobcat, man.
Jeremy Renner?
You didn't? Yeah, Jeremy Renner. It was the big news yesterday or day before yesterday. Like right into 2023, he gets into an accident with the bobcat plower, and
I thought you were going to say Bobcat Goldthwait. But yeah, so Hawkeye, so Jeremy Renner with a plow or an actual animal, like what the fuck are you talking about, Juan?
It was a plow. It was in his fucking home at Lake Tahoe. I don't know if a safety feature failed or what so, but
well, I mean,
he got run over, causing major bleeding and trauma to his legs, to the point that I think at one point they were talking that they were going to have to amputate both his legs.
Oh shit! Well, he's not going to be Hawkeye anymore.
I mean, that sucks, but we're talking about 2022.
Yeah, no. I'm just pointing out the fact that fuck you.
Let's
2023
keep everything.
So,
all the topics in the year of 2022.
You know, Juan, because you love the World Cup so much, you know who else died in 2022? Pele, he died. I don't know anything about Pele. All I know is that he was good at soccer. That's all I fucking know. But he died.
Ole, ole, ole.
Really? Pele died?
Yeah. He died like right at the tail end. I want to say the 30th, 31st, something like Betty White on the tail end of 2022. Yeah, Juan, there's like tons and tons of death. There's this guy. His name is Stefan Boss. But I don't know if you guys know who this guy is, but he's a really big presence on social media. He did some stuff with Ellen DeGeneres, So You Think You Can Dance, and some other stuff too.
The DJ.
Oh yeah,
the DJ and choreographer.
DJ,
right?
Yeah.
Oh, fucking the Green Ranger too.
I said that is what Jason David Frank means.
I did not know his real name, or I forgot.
You racist mother. Yeah.
How I didn't realize that his name. You're an idiot.
Yeah.
And then we also
Sean's
talked about
the
Kirstie
idiot.
Alley.
Oh, Kirstie Alley died. Yeah.
Yeah, she died. I mean, honestly, there's so many people. Aaron Carter, you guys remember with Aaron Carter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
He passed away this year, right? I want to say November, December. Here's the thing.
Overdose.
If you're listening to this podcast right now and you've never heard Aaron Carter go on one of his crazy like rants, you need to listen because he sounds absolutely out of his fucking mind. Just Aaron Carter on YouTube. Aaron Carter goes crazy for 15 minutes. It's with Aaron or Logan Paul. It's like one of the Paul brothers. It is hilarious to listen to.
You know who else died? Us.
Barbara Walters did die. Yeah, she did. And like, I didn't realize until I was researching for this episode. I was like, holy shit, did she die too? I mean,
I'm not going to lie. I thought she was dead already.
What? No.
She had been out of the news for so long. I know that she had left the View because of her declining health, but
I mean, she was like 90 something.
Yeah. That's awesome.
She was going to live forever too, Jay?
No, you thought the Queen was going to live forever. Fuck you.
Shut the fuck up, Sean. He doesn't need you to defend him.
I mean, Betty White was 99 and no one was like, oh, her declining health. I mean, she's just old.
She was just old. You're the one that wants the Queen to live forever, and she was old too. But Leslie Jordan, he died. He was in Alabama Bale, American Horror Story, Will and Grace. He was most recently on Lego Masters with Will Arnett, and on Peacemaker. If you watch that show, Angela Lansbury, Murder She Wrote, she's dead. Robbie Coltrane, Hagrid is dead. The great Rubius Hagrid is dead. I think we're getting close to a Harry Potter like reboot, and I don't know who they would even get to play such a character. It's funny because
WB already said that they were gonna reboot it in about 3 years, man.
I'm ready for it.
Bill Russell also died. The Celtics basketball legend.
I
Last year.
I have no clue who that is. But you know who else died this year? Coolio died. Gangsta's Paradise.
Oh
yeah,
Coolio.
He was fairly young too.
He was only
overdose as well.
He was only
right?
60, like 59, 60. Joe Budden tells this hilarious story about how when he did that song with Mariah Carey, he had some outrageous demands for like their to shoot the music video, and I was trying to find it for the show and I couldn't find it. But if you guys have time to look it up, Joe Budden, Coolio, the Mariah story, it's very funny. He's like said he didn't have clothes, and then they sent him on a shopping spree, and he literally wore what he went to go shop in. It's all kinds of entitlement.
That's such an odd trio.
Yeah. Well, Joe Budden, he has a podcast. I don't know the name of it, but he was talking, like, it came up on my YouTube feed for whatever reason. It was like, let me tell you guys a story about Coolio and Mariah Carey, because Mariah Carey did that song. I think it was Fantasy. He has that like 2 lines in it. And just to shoot the video, because they paid him like $5,000 to do the line, another $5,000 to do the video, and then he got all this money to basically go shopping with, and he just did all this crazy shit with it. But anyway, but yeah, so we had a number of deaths this year over the course of 2022. And Juan, just so you know, Queen Elizabeth II, she was 96. 96.
Yes.
Do you think she's gonna live longer than that, or?
Yeah, I thought so. Like Prince Charles was probably like, I'll probably die first before she dies. Or
Prince
King
Charles?
King Charles now.
Anne Heche, she died? Anne Heche died this year?
Yes.
What? What did she die of?
Who's she?
Am I crazy?
Yeah, I think she was in a car accident.
Who's
Holy-
Anne
And that's right.
She's the actress.
Yeah, that's right. She was in a car
What-
accident. She was in critical condition.
What would I remember her from?
She was
She dated
in.
Ellen for a little bit.
She did date Ellen for a little while, and then she started dating Portia de la Rossi. It was a big thing. Donnie Brasco, Wag the Dog. I Know What You Did Last Summer. Call Me Crazy. But
I'll
she.
probably have to look up.
But yeah, I didn't realize that she had died this year. She was really young. Olivia Newton-John also died this year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was a huge thing. Vin Scully from the Lakers. That's the guy.
No, the Dodgers.
Dodgers.
That was in
And,
2022?
Yeah,
Yeah, he's a Dodgers announcer.
yeah.
I knew that one, Sean.
Thank you. You know who Tony Dow is? Well, one.
No.
That's Beaver. That's Wally from Leave It to Beaver.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he died this year.
Wait, Wally was the Beaver's brother?
Yeah, he was his older
Or-
brother, Wally. So whenever Beaver's, he's like, Beav, I don't know if you should do that. He's like, fuck you, Wally. I do what I want. YOLO. And then he would just go do Beaver would get upset. Yeah. Yeah. And then, like I was saying, famously, Ivanka Trump died this year. And I think she's buried on like some property that Trump owns, right, Juan?
Fuck if I know.
I think that was like a whole thing. It was a whole thing where he buried her on his land or some shit like that. James Caan died. James Caan.
James Caan.
Yeah, The Godfather, Rollerball, Thief, Elf. Yeah, he died this year. He was 82 years old though. Ray Liotta died, 67 years old. Goodfellas, I think that's
yeah.
the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was I feel like this year we had a good over 100 people die. I mean, I'm sure there's more than 100 people who died this year. But whatever. It is what it is. It is what it is.
I mean, those are the most famous deaths.
It's true. It's true. Those are people other people might know. Yeah. So as I was scrolling through our episode titles, we did have an episode where we had talked about gender identity, and I bring it up because I just had a baby. I just had a baby, and we talked about gender identity with Aquila and Natalie, and then your favorite person, Juan Maria. Just to be happy, remember her?
Miss
and we talked
her.
about gender identity. Yeah. But remember this year, Florida had the whole like, don't say gay thing. Remember that? And if they found out they were gay, they were going to out you to your parents. Like, you guys know if that's still a thing? Is that still happening this year?
I don't know.
But yeah, we talked about the Florida not saying this whole don't say gay thing, which I think is still fucking crazy that it even happened this year. And I think my oldest daughter, when she left the hospital, she left wearing a little dress that we had bought her. And this year, I think my daughter left wearing a onesie, and she had a yellow on this year, and not pink or blue or gray, anything like that. So, I mean, is yellow a neutral gender color? Is that a thing? Does it even matter anymore?
Yes. Yeah, yellow is a gender neutral color.
So let me ask, and I didn't do that on purpose. It was just what we had, what we brought with us, because it was the most adorable outfit that we packed at the time. Let me ask you guys, do you think that we'll ever get to a point where even in like hospitals and stuff like that, they won't have whether the child is marked as male or female, even by genetics? They'll just, a child was born.
I think they still have to identify the gender technically, right?
Yeah, I think they still identify the gender, and I think that's what's going to lead to more of, well, I was born a male or a female, or they identified me as a male or female when I was born, but I don't identify that way. I identify as a female, or I identify as a male, or I identify as neither.
Yeah, but I mean, the baby.
I mean, the baby will have
Baby
to.
has no choice at this.
No,
this
the baby
moment,
has no choice,
you know?
but later on they will. So I guess they still have to put them in a box and classify them in said box, I guess.
It's true.
You classify the baby as box.
Fuck off. You know
As a box.
exactly what I meant.
You said it, not Jay.
And I think I had mentioned this in one of our previous episodes, but it had gotten so not convoluted, but so confusing that people said that you had to seek consent from a child before you change their diaper. because you were invading their personal space by changing their diaper.
I mean, sure, but I'm gonna tell you right now that like my 3-week-old
They're not
daughter,
going to consent. Yeah.
it's not gonna be like, yes, change my shitty diaper. Like, here, let this shit fester. I think their consent is them crying about it being fucking wet, but whatever.
Yeah.
But whatever. There's the other thing that happened this year that we talked about was like he said, the Will Smith going crazy, but also Ezra Miller going fucking crazy this year. You guys remember that? Ezra Miller kind of going
what
on.
happened to him?
I mean,
he's in hiding, bro.
isn't he still crazy?
He's in hiding. He has to be in fucking hiding. He kidnapped. Oh, he allegedly kidnapped a little girl, gave her a cell phone.
That was the last we heard. That's the last we heard of him. Did she ever go back to her family?
No clue. No clue. But I do know that the Flash
it's
movie,
part of the conspiracy, man. It distracted us of what was going on in the real world, and now we don't even know what the outcome was. What happened to that person? Are they still on the run with Ezra Miller, or are they back home?
Well, I mean,
I don't care.
yeah, they're
You
gone
did
now.
care when we recorded that episode, yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, of course, but I mean, it's just crazy because, like, that was back in May. We recorded, we talked about that, and there's been nothing since. But I saw today a final trailer for the Flash, the Flashpoint movie. So I think we're getting closer to seeing it.
I think I'll care more about that news story the closer the release date. For the Flash
Yeah,
movie.
it's true. We also have monkeypox this year. Do you guys remember monkeypox? Remember that thing when it was the next COVID-19? It was happening right behind us.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People were like, monkeypox, whatever.
Yeah. Who gives a shit? We talked about Shakira.
I think monkeypox would have been bigger in 2020
it's true. Yeah.
because it was like COVID and then murder hornets. And if monkeypox came out after murder hornets,
I forgot about murder hornets. Whatever happened to that, man?
They're murdering somebody somewhere else. But yeah, we talked about Shakira dodging taxes this year. Remember that?
yeah.
Yeah. Talked. And then, oh no, I lost my bookmark.
Well, we also talked about Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. That was a whole
Yeah. Let me just
couple
say,
months.
big.
yeah, Johnny Depp, Amber Heard. Let me just say that that I was 100% surprised that case went on for as long as it did and had as much publicity as it did. But like the level and depth of which people went into it and like found information like to fuck Amber Heard over is insane. Like, hear me out. What if Johnny Depp is a fucking wife beater who was a drunk and highly abusive, and Amber Heard was just trying to tell her story, but the rest of the world literally won't let Amber Heard get a word in edgewise? Like, what if that's the case? And my wife, who's listening to this right now, is probably screaming like, "Fuck you! You already know." But what if?
Well, I mean, she should have had a better lawyer.
That's also true. Yeah, if I understand the way this went.
Wait. Your wife thinks that Johnny Depp is a wife beater and...
No. My wife loves Johnny Depp.
Oh.
If Johnny Depp showed up at my door with a flat tire right now, I would be out of family. Let me just tell you.
Oh, that's why your daughter looks white, man. That's why.
Oh, is that what it is? Is Johnny Depp blonde? Is that what it is?
I think Johnny Depp was lost in Lancaster, California on his way to court, man. Really lost.
Yeah.
Dude, he just said Johnny Depp fucked your wife.
I know. Not only that, but he impregnated her, and now I'm taking care of his child. Listen, here's the thing, Johnny. If you're listening to this, I just want the child support. I don't. Look, you can have your freedom. I love these children. You just give me the child support. Yeah. So we did talk about that. And again, my wife loves Johnny Depp, and she thinks Amber Heard is absolutely crazy. And I'm not saying. Some of the stuff I heard there, like her taking a shit in that guy's bed, for Christ's fucking sake, like talk about crazy ex-girlfriends. I mean, even if it's alleged, how, like, what are you doing in someone's house for them to even think you might have taken a shit in their bed, right? Like, think about that. Like, think about it.
When you're drunk, man.
Oh, I don't think she was drunk.
Just fucking stoned sober, squatted over his bed, and then blamed it on the dogs. Beautiful.
Hasn't that ever happened to you, man? Haven't
No.
you ever thrown up in somebody's vehicle
Yeah, I've thrown up in someone's vehicle.
Throwing up in someone's car and then defecating in their bed are two totally different scenarios.
No. This was full Linda Blair fucking throwing up, man.
Yeah, but he didn't take a shit in your
It's
car.
true.
He took a shit of the mouth.
But was it on purpose?
The fuck up.
Yes.
It was not
Shut
on purpose.
up.
I'll tell you right now, it wasn't on purpose. And then we had a whole bunch of other things. Like, I mean, just the media in general. So this year we got Stranger Things season 4. We got Thor: Love and Thunder. We had Peacemaker, which was crazy, which is absolutely crazy and too good altogether. I think the biggest sensation of this year was House of Dragons, which was unexpected. I don't know about you guys. I didn't think it was going to be that good. You guys think it was going to be good?
No, I thought it was
Yes.
going to suck.
I did think it was going to be good.
Really?
I thought it was
Yes.
going to be bad.
Yeah, I thought.
I loved the first series, and even to the end, I still love it, even with the shitty ending. So I went in very optimistic with the new one.
I went in really reserved.
Yeah, well, it's funny because I don't know if you guys remember the review. I was the only one that gave it like really high stars at the first half of the season because we did 2 reviews. And so you guys were like, oh, I'll wait for the second half of the season. And then you guys gave it like higher stars. But the first half, you guys are very, very, very cautious. You're like, I'll give it a 5. Give it 3 out of 5.
Yeah, I mean, that was understandable because
Prove it.
like nothing happened in like the first 5 or so episodes.
Well, what do you mean nothing happened? Well, anyway, it was, I agree. I think that, well, I disagree. I think that game House of Dragons, I feel like had all the things I loved about Game of Thrones, but happening in such a rapid succession that I felt a lot better about it. Like the time skips, the only thing I didn't want to time skip for, and this is a spoiler, so if you haven't listened to Game of Thrones or the House of Dragons, stop listening right now. For like
Or
10
our fucking preview episode or a review episode.
If you haven't listened to any of that, or you're just staying away, stop the podcast right now because there's a spoiler. But the only thing that I would have wanted not to have a time skip is for them to show me how fucking Alicent and the Clubfoot ended up having their relationship where he just beats his dick to her feet. Because like that was so fucking shocking.
When a mama foot loves a papa foot, it just happens, Sean.
Thanks, man. Thanks. But anyway, yeah, and then we had Stranger Things season 4, which led to Kate Bush being a thing. Remember that? Running Up That Hill. You guys listen to that song since Stranger Things?
No.
Really?
If I made a deal with God?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. It made Kate Bush a bunch of money over the course of this year.
Oh
and I
my
think what's
God. Yeah.
yeah, like she. Go ahead.
I honestly don't even remember that song. And then I hear this Kate Bush song and it's everywhere now. Like I feel like it wasn't like a very popular
Yeah.
song at the time, but then Stranger Things made it popular because like younger people are referencing Bush. Like you listen to Kate Bush? Like, are
Yeah.
you listening to Kate Bush?
Yeah, it was a Kate Bush and Metallica. Metallica makes sense. Kate Bush, no fucking sense whatsoever, other than Stranger Things. So it's just like to hear them reference it in the same sentence to go, yeah, man, those two people are on 2 different plateaus of famous, and Metallica is. It makes sense for you to have heard of Metallica because you got that one goth friend who's like,
yeah.
super metal. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, but like Kate Bush,
Yeah,
like,
it's so
okay,
weird.
if you
I
say
mean,
so.
the Kate
If you
Bush
say so.
song makes
Aren't-
sense in the context of the show, but it's just weird that it just gained so much popularity.
Aren't goth and metal 2 completely different cultures?
I mean, they kind of intermix. Yeah, I actually don't know. I don't really know.
They both shop at Hot Taco, okay? Hot Taco. Hot Topic.
that I can agree with. That I can agree
They
with.
both shop at Hot Topic. You know another thing we didn't talk about yet? The habit. Pete Davidson. So first of all, I learned a word.
Pete Davidson.
I learned a word. The word is Riz. You know what Riz means?
No.
Riz is the Gen Z word for game.
What?
Pete Davidson has Riz. He has the Riz. He W's the Riz.
Well,
Why can't they
they've
say
made up
he has
their
game?
own lexicon.
Because that's old. Yeah. But Pete Davidson fucking everybody from
Yeah.
here to Timbuktu.
From Ariana
So,
Grande to
you
Kate
know.
Beckinsale.
Yeah.
That wasn't all in 1 year, though.
It doesn't matter. Tell that to his
No,
dick.
the biggest one in 2022 was fucking Kim Kardashian and the fucking war between Davidson and Yee. Oh, dude, did we forget about the craziness of Yee?
No, we didn't forget about the craziness of Yee. It was all supposed to dovetail into the craziness of Yee. But you know what, Juan? Let's go ahead and skip that. I will say that one of the other things that happened this year is that
DEFCON 3.
no, Kim Kardashian wore Marilyn Monroe's dress and like stressed it out, and everyone got all bent out.
No. Did not stretch it out. They said that she stretched it out, and then they got all up in arms because she lost an extreme amount of weight to be able to put on the fucking dress.
How the fuck do you know this?
Because at the time I was working next to the Ripley's Believe It or Not museum, and I had a good relationship with the people that ran that place. And people were actually calling and making threats towards the employees or saying derogatory things towards them about the company because of this issue. And it was all because they allowed Kim Kardashian to wear Marilyn Monroe's dress at a Met Gala.
That's a lot of information about Kim Kardashian. I didn't know you knew.
Yeah. Well, it was more about the dress. Because after she wore it, it returned back to Hollywood. It was in the Florida portion of the business. And then after they loaned it to Kim Kardashian, they brought it back to Hollywood to try to entice people to come. But they got threats like calling them money hungry company. Marilyn Monroe's rolling around in her grave, shit like that. But guess what? They didn't care.
Well,
or she doesn't care. She's dead.
Marilyn Monroe is dead. Marilyn Monroe is dead. But then, yes, Kanye West. I mean, this year, just in general, has been a roller coaster for Kanye. But the last 3 months have been especially difficult. He got dropped from Adidas, lost over $1 billion. He compared him losing $1 billion to I can't remember what it was, but it was something very insulting to people who work for a living, who work every day, I should say. So yeah, Kanye kind of losing his shit publicly for a very long time. And at the end of this, he made some anti-Semitic remarks, and now he's also canceled. So I guess my question is, when's the next Kanye album coming out?
I don't think he's totally canceled.
Yeah, I get the feeling he's working on another album, if I'm being honest.
Where is he right now?
Mar-a-Lago.
No, I'm being serious. Wasn't there a article that came out right before 2022 ended or at the beginning of 2023 that his business manager or agent was concerned because they don't know his whereabouts?
I have no idea. I've not been keeping up with any of Kanye's any Kanye news for no other reason than because I don't really give two shits about it, if I'm being honest.
Well,
this week,
we had to fill an episode
a month ago, 2 months ago.
Well, I care when it comes up in the feed. Yeah. Well, the thing is that I care about Kanye, the stuff that happens, but I'm not looking for it. If anything, the things that come into my normal feed, that's the stuff that I usually pick to talk about, because if it made it to me, then it means that it must be somewhat important. For example, the fact that Pele died was all over my feed. I don't know why. I don't follow sports.
You know what's becoming
but I recognize the name.
A specific part of pop culture for 2022. It's that Wednesday Addams Netflix dance. That whole dance scene is just.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's just.
Yeah.
Yes.
The Wednesday.
Have we all caught up on Wednesday now? Is that what's happening here?
That whole dance scene that she does. It's becoming this thing where people are just mimicking it and imitating it and putting on. It's crazy. So many people are imitating.
She choreographed it herself
and doing the Wednesday dance.
That is true. That it's Wednesday. The show has generated a couple different things. One of them is that fucking dance. The other one is just how racist Tim Burton is.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Now, recently my wife sent me a TikTok video of this guy complaining that black people in that show don't have umbrellas. And it is true. Even on the poster, Wednesday Adam has an umbrella. But on the show, if you guys ever watch the show, if you're listening to this, you watch the show, just notice how every black person doesn't have an umbrella. They're like dying in the rain over here. In the very beginning of the show, there's a cop, a white cop, and he has a hat, like a wide brim hat. And then his partner, this black lady, nothing on, just getting rained on. It's fucking crazy. But anyway, I digress. But yes, I agree, Jay. Wednesday Addams making it to the social zeitgeist as if like it's been there the whole time, which is surprising considering that like before I had watched the show, people were like, "Oh, it's not that good. It's kind of ridiculous. I don't really understand why they're making this show." And now their concern is going to go to
people
Amazon.
like it if it becomes really popular.
You know, all kinds of shit.
They
like it if it's popular so that they can say they watched it before everybody else watched it, before it was cool. Man, there's all, I mean, shit. I want to say this year in and of itself has kind of given craze to a bunch of different things. You ever play the game Wordle? You ever play that game?
My wife does, yes. And I think my older brother does because I see these random posts on Facebook where it says Wordle and it has like a bunch of colorful squares. And they're like, I need help with this, but I don't understand it.
Yeah, Wordle is a game where it's a 5-letter word you got to guess, but it's the thing is is that like, you know, lots of people play it because they can say they have a good Wordle score. These people sold Wordle, I think, to the New York Times, so they made a bunch of money. So Wordle isn't owned by this like indie company anymore. They made a thing, made it big, and got out. So good for them. Good for them. You know, another thing that became, and we just talked about this too, which was AI art becoming like really, really crazy. So again, Juan, I know you are really obsessed with that AI chatbot, you know, writing a stand-up joke and my poor delivery of it. But
even the AI chatbot texted me afterwards and was complaining about how you fucked up his joke.
Why is the Illuminati and the text box
yes.
communicating with you?
I would like you. Go ahead, Jay.
Penis is my middle name, baby.
I have a secret that I can tell you, but I would have to kill you.
With what? Penis. Penis is my middle name.
Yeah.
The corn kid. I like corn. He took over the I like turtles kid. Remember that guy? Yeah. The Try Guys. You guys know the Try Guys? You guys know them?
Oh, is that the one where he cheated on his wife and got fired?
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Yeah, I had it blew up on social media and I had no fucking idea who they were. My wife explained it to me. Yeah, I wasted 10 minutes watching an explanation video of why they fired the fourth guy. And didn't it also trigger like the best memes of the Asian guy like sitting on the Iron Throne brooding?
Did it? I have no idea.
What wasn't the Nirvana kid last year too?
Wait, what's the Nirvana kid?
The baby that was on the cover of the Nevermind Nirvana album. Well, he was suing them because he said that they promoted child pornography or something.
Oh, because his dick was out.
Yeah.
Bro, he's like, you're giving women a false impression of my dick by showing my baby dick on the screen. Oh, fuck.
I don't know if he realized that his body has changed since 1997.
Oh my God. Yeah. No, I didn't hear that. But that's fucking crazy. Drake, I think, wore a chain this year that of 42 diamonds to claim the 42 times that he was thought about proposing to some woman. Yeah, which I don't know why he would wear that, but okay. You know, that's a whole fucking thing. The whole fucking thing. Lizzo played a flute. You guys remember this? It was a big fucking deal. Like Lizzo playing this flute.
No.
Yeah. She played a flute, and it was let's see, it was in the Library of Congress. Let her play a flute, a few fluttery notes on the James Madison rare crystal flute. This year alone, Lizzo has won an Emmy, launched an inclusive shapewear brand, and released a new album. But also she played a crystal flute that nobody fucking plays. Centuries old. Who makes a flute out of crystal? I feel like that's some crackhead shit. Like some guy had a bunch of crystal and was just like, I can make a flute out of this shit.
I feel like it's a flute from like The Legend of Zelda or something.
The Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there anything else that happened in 2022? You guys are 2022. You guys want to talk about?
Bob Iger returned to Disney and Chapek.
He did. I've no idea what that means.
Well, the Iger seems to be cleaning up a lot of the Disney fiasco and is kind of like showing that maybe Disney Plus isn't as profitable as people thought it was.
It's not?
No. It Chapek reported the profits and fudged some numbers and moved some stuff around. The parks may not be as profitable as they were first reported as well, but still profitable. But they have gone down drastically towards the end of this year because of the poor decisions of Chapek. Yeah.
So this guy lied about how much money he was making?
No, not lied, but moved stuff around. I guess how there's a clear definition on how money is spent for advertising for Disney Plus, how movies are released, when movies are released for Disney Plus, how much money can be used. When movies are released by the studio to the movie theaters, how the money's used. So I guess he either pushed for stuff to be released on Disney Plus, but still charged it to the studio and the theme parks, thus boosting the profit on Disney Plus. But
this guy Chapek reminds me of this guy Chapek, and that's his name, right? Chapek? Chopped?
Yeah, Chapek. Chapek, it's the Bobs. So you have Bob Chapek and Bob Iger.
So he reminds me. Juan, have you ever seen Friday?
Huh?
Yeah. Have you ever seen the movie Friday?
Yeah, with Ice Cube and
yeah. You remember the beginning of the movie when Big Worm pulls up and so he's asking Smokey for money? Well, in this story,
I barely
you tell.
remember yesterday.
It's okay, but in this story, you tell. Bob Chapek is Smokey telling Big Worm he has his money, but he just flips his $20 over again to show him another set of money. Like, you know what I mean? Like he's throwing the same $100 over and over again, saying he has millions of dollars. That's what he reminds me of in this story you tell.
And then the other thing to mention on 2022, also kind of in line with Chapek and Bob, one of the bigger ones, James Gunn going on a massacre at the DCU.
I mean, honestly, what do you expect?
Yeah, James Gunn. I think I said this in the last episode, which is like, here's the thing. It doesn't really matter. I just want good stories to come out of it. So if that means that we I hope the first story is Batmite. That's what I hope is Batmite and Mixospitalik. That's what I hope. I hope we get some obscene, crazy shit. I think there's been more information that's come out since then. Juan, I don't know if you're following it too closely, but I think there was a ongoing feud between the leadership, the old leadership at DC and The Rock. So he basically like muscled his way in to like saying, hey, I have Henry Cavill, so I can, look, I'm Black Adam now. I have Henry Cavill. Like we're gonna do this whole fucking thing. And then they hired James Gunn, and James Gunn's like, yeah, no, fuck you, bro. I got plans over here, but whatever. So it was bound to happen no matter what. I
mean, Black Adam isn't like the superhero that's gonna be like
yeah. It also did. I mean, it's I think it was like $200 million to make, and it made like $300 million like worldwide. So that is to say that it has some room. It doesn't really have any staying power whatsoever compared to all the other movies. If anyone was going to talk shit, it'd be Zack Snyder. But even then, I feel like James Gunn has his idea. He has a plan, and The Rock set him up for failure. He set him up. He was like, I got Henry Cavill back. I got all this other stuff going on. Trust me, it's going to be great. Meanwhile, James Gunn was like, okay, that's great, but I got other shit that I'm planning on doing here. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. It is what it is. The last thing I will talk about, which I remember vaguely from 2022, is the Adam Levine scandal. Remember that front guy for Adam Maroon 5
got divorced, right, or cheated on his wife or something like that.
Yeah, his DMs. He got caught up in the DMs. Yeah, he was on Instagram with some model Looks like they had a baby together, the whole deal. But it all came out because he was supposed to be, this good dude who was too busy fucking an Instagram model, even though he had a family. That's a whole other shit. Yeah. So yeah,
Well, those Instagram models are.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. So, so Adam Levine, another person, another big name out there, part of the scandal. Speaking of scandal, Juan, it's that time of the show. We skipped it in the last episode, but I feel like on the penultimate episode, on this episode, the episode before the finale, we have no choice but to have Peter come back in 2023 and piss you the fuck off. So Peter, welcome. Happy New Year. How are you, sir?
Oh, I'm doing good. I'm happy to be back.
Well, welcome back. We didn't cancel you.
I bet you missed pissing me off.
Just a little bit. I was thinking about other topics that would piss you off, but hopefully this one will be a good one.
I thought baby Jesus weighed 9 pounds, 8 ounces. Had given me a miracle.
How do you know how much baby Jesus weighed?
What?
Yeah. Like, were you there? Did you hold him in your hands? Like, what are you? What kind of blasphemy is this?
This seems about 9 pounds.
I was friends with the drummer boy.
He's holding like a fucking turkey in a grocery store.
That's pretty heavy. He's a hefty boy.
All right. Anyway, before we get too far off track, I'll play you guys in, and you can let Juan have it.
Yay!
And now it's time for It Does Not Compute with Juan Intelligence and Peter Intelligence. Piz and Jizz. Bzz.
Well, here's another week of trying to piss off Juan. All I could say is we're talking about the COVID-19 vaccination.
Hey! Before we start,
Whoa.
how was your holidays, man? Why must we fight? I mean, we didn't see each other for Christmas, Mexican Christmas, and New Year's. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing well, and I still have a refrigerator full of tamales that I need to figure out what I'm going to do with, because it was an overabundance.
Freeze them like everybody else does and take them out at any time that you're like, what should I cook?
See, but you want to hear something else that would piss you off?
What?
I kind of like the El Pollo Loco tamales better than homemade ones.
Okay, I was about to say, yeah, I do like El Pollo Loco tamales, but not better than homemade.
So, Peter, what are you going to use to piss off Juan today?
Well, as I was saying, we were talking about the COVID-19 vaccination and how I was a very selfish person for not getting it. But after the CDC has come out with a lot of their comments, it turns out I was right. I didn't need to get it. It didn't work. And pretty much it will let people still get it. So you guys are all super spreaders, including Juan, especially.
Juan's a super sprayer and a super spreader.
I have been in my own little world as of lately. What did the CDC come out with?
So what they were saying is that it would not prevent the spread of COVID-19 after studies have showed that people with the COVID-19 vaccine were still spreading COVID-19, which, the whole point of a vaccine is to, number one, lessen your symptoms, which a lot of people are still having the 7 to 9 to 14 day symptoms, which obviously is showing that it didn't work. That's number one. And number two, it should have helped prevent others from getting it by the person who was vaccinated to not get it. So to slow down the spread, shall I say.
But even with the vaccine for any other fucking disease, it doesn't guarantee that the person is going to be immune to it. It just says,
if you're just going to agree with Peter.
No, I'm not fucking agreeing. I'm trying. Hey, listen, motherfucker, if you want to jump in and add on, then you fucking.
Well, yes, because I feel like he's saying that.
I'm going to a fucking point here, and you just fucking derailed me. You pulled a fucking Juan, you motherfucker.
So only Juan's allowed to pull a Juan. I think we're understanding that right now.
Yes, that's why it's called a fucking Juan.
Dreams that you.
What was your point again, Juan?
I got derailed. I don't know. Fucking.
I think your point was never going to arrive in the station, if I'm being honest. But Peter, if I'm hearing you correctly, what you are saying to Juan is that this vaccine, everyone get vaccinated. This whole crusade of like, you know, get everyone vaccinated. In fact, having people lose their jobs over the fact that they're not being vaccinated was all a charade. It's all
That is correct.
It's all
And to get into the conspiracy theory part, it's not about control. It was about big pharma trying to make money. It was all about the money in the end. Now, if you really want to piss off Juan, then you say it was the aliens and mind control. But let's stick to Earth and just kind of say it was big pharma.
Well, Juan, do you say that it was big pharma trying to get everyone to buy the vaccine so they could detract from the ongoing boiling issue in the Ukraine? Do you think that's what was going on? You think that's why this vaccine became? Think about it. Like, this thing didn't crop up overnight, right? Then the government tell us we got to get the vaccine, and they're telling we got to fire people who don't get the vaccine, and then the Ukraine just pops off all of a sudden. Cardi B is the one telling me about it. You guys remember that, Cardi B? Do you think that's why that happened, Juan? Do you think that's all it was, to detract from that, you know, the real issues in the world?
You know, I can feel an ulcer building inside me out of anger for your stupidity, can't we? Fuck. Why does everything must tie... you know what?
Or
Fuck
it was
you.
a government social experiment.
Okay, here's the thing. Let's go to the conspiracy theory angle. If this was a fucking big pharma or the government, how is it fucking worldwide? It's not a fucking conspiracy theory. It wasn't exact science. It was gonna fucking hit and miss here and there. They never said that this fucking vaccine was a snake oil, that it was going to cure everything. It was going to help minimize the spread. Now, you're saying,
we're going down the rabbit hole of conspiracy theory, right? So let's go with one world government.
Juan, I do remember people going. I do remember people going.
Shut the fuck up, Cantley. Shut the fuck up.
No, why?
Yeah, this is not piss, jizz, and jizz. It's fucking piss and jizz. So fuck you.
Wait, is that his correct pronoun?
Fuck you is his correct pronoun, yes.
No. I prefer to go by shit stain.
I should stain.
Thank you, Jay. I appreciate that. I appreciate you thinking about me. I like Juan.
And Juan didn't even ask.
I know. He didn't even ask. Thank you, Peter. Peter, look at this. You know what? Despite thinking that COVID-19 vaccine is a conspiracy crafted by the government to detract us from the ongoing Ukrainian issues, Juan, you didn't answer the question. You know, did you feel like you were immune once you got the vaccine?
You know what? I'll say this. When I got the vaccine, I felt that I could breathe a little easier because it was the idea that I was protected, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
Because nobody knew for sure.
I will say the same thing.
Sure. Everyone was so scared. Everyone was like, oh my God, this thing is going to kill everyone. You know, people needed something. They needed something to latch onto to say, I think things are going to get easier, and the vaccine
or better.
Things are going to get better, and the vaccine for a lot of people was that like glimmer of hope that we're going in the right direction of we're going to beat this COVID and everything's going to go back to normal.
So that's a totally cool notion of getting a vaccine. Like, oh, okay, well, I'm protecting myself. But what's the whole idea of, well, if I get it, you have to get it, and if you don't get it, you're an asshole. Or you are hurting everybody's possibility of us reopening and being able to go back to movie theaters and theme parks and all that stuff.
Well, Peter, you have to remember that during that time it's like 6 feet no pressure. Like if you were within 6 feet for people for like 2 seconds, you basically got COVID. Like there was no in between. So like in my lifetime, and I'm not a very old person, I don't think anyone on this podcast is, but in my lifetime, I've never seen any illness other than like chickenpox, like kind of be treated with such reverence. Like, and the thing is with chickenpox, they wanted you to get it, right? So that you didn't get it as an adult. You're right. They're like, yeah, go play with your cousin who's over there itchy and uncomfortable, you know? And this scenario, like this virus altered the way we did things every single day. It closed businesses, it closed schools, it changed people's way of life. And so, to Jade's point, I mean, whether it was a conspiracy or not, whether the government did it because I think if I look at it from a leadership perspective, like he did it to give his people some sort of thing to rally behind, right? Like whether it was fake or not, I feel like it was the right call because it helped get the world back on track, or I will say America at least back on track. 'Cause I think China's still struggling.
Oh yeah, China's still pretty scary.
Plus, I mean, there was the whole mob mentality was the norm. You know, like people like rallied together over a lot of like issues, and like the vaccine was one of the biggest issues. You know, so like if you were for it, if you were against it, there was a side, and the people were going to protest either side. You know, so
now Juan, I know that you're into the science of it, and I think you mentioned that the mortality rate was actually pretty low, right? So like
I've lost touch with that shit, to be honest. But all I know is I was vaccinated and I was boosted, and when I got it, my symptoms were not as bad as other people. Plus, I also got the Jedi germs in me, the fusion.
The clitoris.
The midichlorians?
Yeah.
You're the thing that ruined Star Wars?
When I got it, I qualified for the infusion.
So Peter, can I ask you a question? I mean, if you believe that the vaccine was a hoax and it wasn't necessary for everyone to get it, I mean, how do you look at those stories where people were like, got COVID-19, it's bullshit, and then like they've died 4 days later from complications due to COVID-19, and they were relatively young people, right, in their early 20s, early 30s, or whatever, and pretty much in good health. The only thing that happened to them was that they got the corona, like COVID-19. So like, do you think that like those people are just, you know, they're outliers to this whole thing, or do you really think that like, you know, they're out there to prove a point?
So my thing on the whole COVID-19 thing was there are going to be a group or a certain amount of people from every age range or whatever group you want that are going to die. I knew a lot of people that did die from this. So it's not like I'm being heartless towards COVID-19 in general. But if you looked at how they kind of pushed the vaccine, you know, let me backtrack a little bit. It has really nothing to do with the COVID-19 to me. It was just more of, okay, this is our either placebo or, I mean, and this can go any way of any conspiracy. It could be a placebo so that we could get back on track and everybody, you know, live their lives. Or it was just another way for Big Pharma to make money. But as for the virus itself, it definitely was real, or is real still. I got it. That's why I also chose not to get the vaccine. My personal opinion is more of I've gotten it. I think my body will know how to fight it. As we get flu shots every year, just the same thing with the whole entire vaccine. It's always going to change. It's always going to evolve. But again, my body has some sort of mapping and understanding of how to somewhat fight it. Hopefully I don't die from it if I ever get it again. But again, when it comes to the vaccine portion of it, I think it was all BS.
So you mentioned flu shots. You don't vaccinate yourself for the flu?
So I don't get flu shots for a medical reason. I had a, what's it called? Autoimmune disease called Guillain-Barré syndrome, where my own body was attacking itself. So if I do get a vaccine from a flu shot, it could pretty much start up again. So I don't get flu shots because of that reason. Other than that, I would. So I'm not entirely anti-vaccine. I'm just anti that vaccine.
You're anti
COVID-19 vaccine.
COVID-19 vaccine because you didn't believe in the science, or because you believed in the conspiracy that it was Big Pharma trying to make money? And if it was Big Pharma, how the fuck does Big Pharma have the power to control everybody in the world?
Are you fucking serious, Juan? the big pharma.
We can't get fucking governments to cooperate with each other, and yet you're having these corporate fucking companies cooperate with the entire world of here.
Well,
buy
Yes,
my fucking
because
drugs.
they speak money. Those corporations speak money. Those other countries speak money. The fact that you think the government and corporations are different in the level of corruptness is insane. Because let me just tell you right now, Big Pharma is the reason why some people struggle to pay for their medication they need to keep them alive. Right? Big Pharma is a reason because they're not going to change the price. Like, oh my God, dude, there's so much stuff on the pharmaceutical industry in regard to like how much they and I, for lack of a better term, the way they cockblock like politicians and local governments into like doing whatever they want. One of them is the propofol, and I don't know, is it some pain medication they were issuing people that was too strong. Then they dialed back the dosage, and then they gave it to people again. It's like a whole thing, dude. It's a whole thing. So the fact that you think that Big Pharma, they all speak money, bro. They all speak money.
I was gonna say companies pretty much just control politicians. So let's say Pfizer in the United States controls, let's say Trump or Biden. In another country, let's say China, the Chinese pharmaceutical companies running that, and it's like, let's learn from America or let's learn from Canada or whoever's doing this. And then everybody does it. So it's pretty much copycat the other person on how to make more money for the government or line our pockets.
Peter, but yeah, it's not like you said you had a cabaret disease at first, and I thought that you were dressed
French.
up and dancing.
It's a French name.
I had ooh la la disease.
You have a Ulu couche avec moi disease. Anyway,
There goes our French listeners.
I know. All two of them. They're butchering my language. So okay. So not to get too far off, but Juan, so would you say that Peter saying that like the people getting the COVID-19 vaccine, that being a push from the government, being a conspiracy, right? For the government to do something, right? Gain control, have Big Pharma make money, whatever it may be.
Government didn't make me want to get the vaccine.
The movie tickets did, right?
The what?
The movie tickets that they offered to get the vaccine.
Wait, you guys got movie tickets? I'm
Some
being
places.
serious. Really?
Movie tickets, gift cards.
I didn't get.
Yeah, there's some. At my daughter's school, if you didn't have the vaccine, they were vaccinating people and giving them stuff like movie tickets or gift cards to Walmart or Target.
Yeah,
You're fucking kidding me, right?
No, I wish I was.
So you did it for free?
I did it for free. I walked in the Kaiser.
I did it for
bro.
free. The moment I qualified for that fucking vaccine, I marched my ass down there. The moment that they said, "Hey, you probably need a booster," I marched my ass down there. Now I'm so fucking far behind from the science. I guess I should have gotten boosted like every 3 months, 2 months, if I wanted to keep up with the Joneses and
it's one boost every 6 months.
Not allow the variants to like get to me. But like even my kids.
It's funny you say that, Juan, because the flu shot this year is laced with an Omicron variant vaccine. So if you got the flu shot this year,
you're making it seem like they're fucking drug addicts, man.
Well,
it's laced with PCP. You're getting wet here, Molly.
Literally, as a lady was sticking me in the arm for my flu shot, she goes, "Oh, just so you know, this also has the Omicron like variant, blah blah blah." I was like, "Okay, well, it's in my arm now, so it's too late if I didn't want the vaccine."
Yeah, I the last time I had read about it was the fact that they were going to be able to combine the flu and the COVID vaccine into one.
That sounds like Resident Evil waiting to happen.
You know, during the fucking shutdown, I kept on joking around saying this is how the fucking a zombie apocalypse happened. Either COVID started it or the vaccine starts it.
So what's funny is you keep bringing up the science, and it's funny, again, when it was time to follow the science, there's no science to follow because it takes about 14 to 15 years, even 18 years before they actually release a vaccine. But this came out like, a year or less? I mean, Operation Warp Speed, again, Trump's my guy, but it's like, come on, man, I'm not going to buy into that either.
Well, I think...
give your Trump card back, man.
I think COVID-19... I think COVID-19 was one of the ones that the government knew about. I think they were very familiar with Because like I don't know if you guys remember very early in the pandemic where like people were like on the internet going, look, this can of Lysol already says COVID-19. They knew, or you know what I mean? Like,
oh god, fucking
it's
shit. First off, okay, let's put it out there.
Or it said naval coronavirus.
Novel coronavirus.
Novel coronavirus was already out there. 19 was just the strain that fucked everybody up, and it was 19 because of the year it was discovered or mutated or what so. But with that being said, by they I say the government has always had a plan or a playbook on a global pandemic and what to do.
Are you
in
sure?
case of that global pandemic.
I was gonna say nobody seemed to be following that one.
Are you sure? Because it seemed out of
and
left
that was
field.
that was your fucking boy. That was your fucking boy Trump, because fucking Obama, when he left office, gave them the information, told them how to spend the money and how to continue the research. And what did Trump do with that? He wiped his ass with it, discarded it, and then
He put it in Mar-a-Lago.
months later or years later. That, you know what? That's the document that he has. I
was gonna say that's pretty easy to say that it came from a president that actually didn't go through a pandemic, so it's easy to write up a playbook for a game you never played.
No. But here's the thing: as someone that works in operations, one of the things that I've learned from some of the better operators out in the world is you plan for the worst and hope for the best. And that doesn't necessarily mean some realistic fucking scenarios. I would say this, like when I worked in a theme park, I had my own doomsday and September 11 type of scenarios that I was always petrified of. And in my mind, I was always like prepared if this happened on my watch, how we would do it. Then we also had a leader that would run tabletop scenarios for like active shooters, a terrorist attack, and how we would handle it. I'm assuming governments do that at a grander scale. That's why we have so many fucking departments, and that's why we have the Secret Service. That's why we have fucking Area 51 and fucking briefings and
I was
shit
gonna
like
say,
that.
was that
I'm
Twix
sure
in
that
a box, your bug out bag? Back in your office in the theme park?
Twix in a
Yeah,
box?
man, that was your bug out bag. It said emergency Twix, break glass in case of an emergency.
I never had an emergency Twix. I fucking hate
Then,
Twix.
then you weren't exactly prepared, were you?
Well, Jesus Christ, I feel like, preparedness, whether this is a conspiracy or not, we can go all day. I want it, for that matter. I feel like you think that the documents are at Mar-a-Lago. That's where they are.
That was exactly it. I have another question. Do you think that this was released on purpose? Because yes, it was essentially a lab accident, correct? That's the whole theory. But there's a conspiracy that people said that this was released on purpose to either distract people or to see what kind of ramifications it will have.
In the
on
beginning,
world.
I thought it could have been an accident because they kept saying it was from a wet market in Wuhan, and it came from a bat or something.
Yeah.
And then it came from a lab, and then it came from a this or a that, and it's just like, if you guys get your story straight, and you guys show me the proof that you guys got your story straight, I will totally believe you.
But in the meantime,
Makes sense
catch
to
me
me.
at the nearest wet market.
Well, Peter, thank you again for coming on to Piss Off Juan. I think we did a thoroughly good job of that. Again, hopefully the ongoing, I don't even know what's happening in Ukraine. I'm sure shit's still popping off over there. But with that said, Peter, thank you. This has been a great episode of Piss and Jizz, or as Juan likes to say, this isn't just an episode of Piss and Jizz. This is blah, 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 blah. But have a good night, man. Thank you for visiting. And Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Good night and Happy New Year.
New Year.
Happy New Year, man. Send me some of those tamales.
Yeah.
And that was Does Not Compute with Piz and Jizz.
But Juan, it is time for the gauntlet. So after all the conspiracy talk, after maybe it is real, maybe it's not real, I got some real information for you right here. Juan, after a surprise comeback, you're at 32.5 points. 32.5 points.
Oh yeah, we did half points last time. You
That's
fucking
right. We
cheater.
did. We did half points, and you fucking made out like a bandit. You lucky son of a bitch. You lucky son of a bitch. Jay.
Luck had nothing to do with it.
Jay ended the episode with 27.5 points. So that puts him in last place. And I ended the episode with 42 points, Juan. 42 points. Which means I'm in the lead. And if we take your advice, then we'll do a gauntlet the next episode, since no one's voting on this except for us. But with that said, that means that Jay gets to go first. Jay, are you ready?
Yeah.
Oh, Jay actually starts first this time, huh?
Yeah, you're in second place. Well, Jay, with that said, you get to choose from 16 through 58.
43.
Oh, man, that's out there. 43. For how many seconds? 1 second, 3 seconds, or 5 seconds?
1 second.
1 second. I knew it, motherfucker.
1 second. 43. Here we go. Oh, okay. You would like to listen again or extend the length?
I knew it.
Sex in the City.
Motherfucker.
Juan, do you agree or disagree?
I fucking agree.
The thing is, I wasn't going to
Filthy.
agree, but after you said it, I'm going to agree that this is Sex in the City. And Jay, you are correct. This is Sex
Motherfucker.
in the City.
Motherfucker.
Juan, you know what that means?
No, I don't. How many points does he have? Because I didn't listen to the point recap.
He had 27.5 points. So
And
now
I had
with
how many?
32.5 points.
We're tied.
So that
We're
means,
tied.
yeah,
Fuck you.
it means you're tied. So, so we never had this before. So what this means is that since Jay started this episode with the least amount of
fuck
points,
you. Let me get to mine. Let me get to mine. And if I fuck it up, I get to go for a pity one because I would be the one with the less one. So don't fucking start making up the rules now.
I'm not
fuck you. You're gonna make it up. No.
Jay started this competition with the least amount of points, so he will get the pity fuck this episode.
No, that's not how it is. It is who currently has
We're
the least
tied.
amount of points.
And Jay, well, you're tied.
No, well, wait until I fuck up mine right now. If I don't fuck it up, then Jay gets the fucking pity fuck opportunity. You just do it.
I already told you I was going to work Juan. So Juan, with that said,
Fuck you. No, you don't get to make up the rules as we go.
that's exactly what I just did. Okay, Juan, so you have 16 through 50.
At least you admit it.
16 through 58. What are you going to do this time?
41.
41. For how many seconds?
3.
41, 3 seconds. Here it is.
Getting tight. I'm sitting here.
You can either listen to it again or you can extend the length.
Extend the length. I want to beat this motherfucker.
Well, if you want, just keep in mind.
Give me that blue pill. Give me that blue pill. Just fucking do it. I know. Keep
40
in mind, if you beat it, just
41 for 5 seconds.
It's getting tight. I'm sitting here in traffic on the Queen.
Okay. I know
King
what
of
this
Queens,
is.
and we did this. King of Queens, and we did this.
Did we?
Yes, I think so. Jay?
I disagree.
Okay, so we haven't done it, but it's King of Queens.
No, I disagree that it's King of Queens.
King of Queens.
Okay, Jay, what do you think it is?
Fuck, I don't know.
I have no clue what it is, so I'm just going to agree with Juan.
Yeah, I don't know. Knight Rider?
Knight Rider?
Knight Rider.
Well, I know this is a Knight Rider,
Okay.
but I'll agree with Juan. And the answer is King of Queens. Look at that. So was that net you, Juan, 2 points? 1 point?
No, it's 1 point. Yeah, 1 point.
So that puts you at 33.5 points and Jay at
And then
32.5 points.
so I'm beating him by 1 point, and then he'll have a chance to get his 5 pity points
To fuck you over? Yeah.
to fuck me over.
All right, Juan. So go ahead and pick a number for me.
What are the numbers again? 58, 258, 258.
58 for 1 second. Here I go. Third Rock from the Sun. That is Third Rock from the Sun.
I agree.
I agree as well.
I feel like we did it as well.
Well, you know, Juan, you keep saying that, and I can do another one.
No, it's just You got it.
All right. So Juan, that means that since you're in second place, that means that it's time to give Jay a pity fuck.
5 points, and then we could try to steal. Go.
Come on here.
Let's do it.
One moment, please. All right.
It was 58, Sean.
Yeah, I know. I remembered that one. It was the last one.
Yeah.
All right. So Jay, you now get a pity fuck, as Juan likes to call it. Which number would you like to do for 1 second?
What number's available?
There's 16, and then there's 56. 56, so 16 to 56, with one of them being one that we literally just did.
16.
16.
16 for 1 second. Here it is. I know this.
Wait, can I hear it one more time?
All right, here it is.
No.
What?
No.
He can hear it again. He just can't extend the length, Juan. Do you know what it is, Juan?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not sure anymore.
But I know exactly what this is.
I know. You know. I'm not telling you the truth.
Bruton Gaster.
Man, I don't know.
Oh man.
You have to guess. You have
I know.
to guess.
I'm trying to search my memory banks.
Does not compute.
Hello.
I don't know. The Andy Griffith Show.
Oh man. I disagree. Juan, would you like?
I disagree as well.
I'm curious what you think it is, Juan. Curious what you think it is. But
Can I listen to it one more time?
no, this wasn't your it wasn't your thing to go for.
Cheers.
Okay. I disagree, and I think that this is King of the Hill. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Oh
Play the 5
no.
seconds.
And the answer is King of the Hill. King of the Hill.
Play the
5
5
seconds.
seconds. I'm embarrassed that I didn't know that one.
I only knew that because I most recently watched an episode of King of the Hill.
It sounded so familiar, and I just couldn't pinpoint it.
Yeah.
I was
I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was a piano. A piano I heard at the beginning. That's why I thought it was Cheers.
Oh my
I
god.
knew it was something country.
Yeah, I was looking for that. Yeah, I was looking for that scene where where Bobby asked Hank, "What if people want their steak well done?" And he's like, "We asked them politely but firmly to leave."
Dang it, Bobby.
Yeah.
Propane accessories. Did you ever watch the episode where he grills with charcoal?
Yeah, and his wife and son
Yeah.
love charcoal.
Yeah.
That's
No, I need to
blasphemous.
watch the episode now. But
It's a good episode.
Dang it, Bobby.
well, Juan, dang it, Bobby. Well, Juan, based on your feedback, we will have one more chance to get you guys back in the game. So at the end of this episode, Jay, you are still at 32.5 points, and Juan is at 33.5 points, and I am ending this episode with 52 points because I got this last one for 5 seconds. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing.
So I guess that next week you don't have to compete. It's just to see who gets second place. Because there's no way that we're gonna fucking catch up to him.
I mean, he can still compete. and
No,
just
why?
Get it? Why not?
He already fucking slaughtered the fucking floor with us, man. There's no fucking point.
Okay, Ken Jennings beat all those people. They didn't stop him from participating
Who's Ken Jennings?
from Jeopardy.
That's true.
right.
Yeah, he's they still took Kunta's leg. So
Yeah. He's like, oh, I got $1 billion. Should I just stop playing? No, he just continues playing until he.
I'm Jeff Bezos
That's
now.
if
I'm Jeff Bezos now. But anyway,
that's
Juan,
if Sean was getting fucking money from it, but he's not getting money.
I'm not getting money. But I'm having a good time. And so with that said, that's it. We're done. We finished. So Juan, let me ask you, are you done?
Depends. Am I done with you guys? Yeah, absolutely. Am I done with the show? No, I could go on for another hour if you want.
I would ask you not to, because we all know you have nothing to say.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, and I'm tired. I want to go to bed. Night-night.
So
Fuck you.
you are done then.
Yes, I'm done.
Oh, thank God. Thank God. Well, everyone, thank you guys for listening. Definitely appreciate it if you made it this far. What was your most memorable moments of 2022? Any of the deaths
Sean's
really
mom.
Sean's mom.
Are you done, Juan? Are you done? What was the most memorable moment for you? Did you have any deaths that stood out for you? Is there something that you want to do in 2023 that we haven't talked about yet? Tell us. We want to know. Juan, if you're done with my mom, go ahead and take us out.
Oh, I'm done with your mom. I'm definitely done. Jay, it's your turn. Anyways, sorry.
Do Sean's mom.
Yeah.
Doorknob, bro. Doorknob.
I'm a gentleman. Even if I did Sean's mom, I wouldn't talk about it.
Oh, thank you, Jay.
Oh, is that why Sean calls you dad? Anyways, thanks for listening, folks. Don't forget to rate and review us on iTunes. That's the best way for us to get up on the charts and pop up and on the algorithm. You could also find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Our handle is at INCYCSHOW. Or you can email us your suggestion or comments at INCYCSHOW@gmail.com. Leave us a voicemail. Just follow the link in the show notes below, or just go straight to www.anchor.fm/INCYCSHOW. And we also have merch through lindamyra.com. I'm not even going to promote the underwear, but Julio, if you want the underwear, you'll have it.
What?
I fucked up. I was hoping you didn't catch it.
We're recording this.
Yeah. What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, but nobody really listened. Just good night.
Okay, so I'm just going to leave that in then.
Night.
Good night, everybody.
Night. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy 2023.